What's up, guys? Welcome to another Video Game Therapy. I'm Rob. In this session today, we're gonna be talking about a topic that I've honestly been thinking about a lot. I didn't write down any points. I kind of want to just turn the camera on and just start talking and see where the discussion goes. And this episode is very important. You know, if you want to chime in the comments, please do. I would like to read y'all's comments, read what you guys have to say, any questions you guys might have. And you can tell already by the title of this video, Hollywood actors invading the video game space. Since the announcement of Keanu Reeves being in Cyberpunk 2077, I'm not gonna lie, I freaked out. I thought it was the coolest thing, the coolest kind of announcement to get someone that big in a video game. It seems pretty cool when you take it at face value. But when you start thinking about it later, like I did days later, I took some time to look back on it and see what the repercussions of that can be to the video game space. It, to some, might be a little scary, and to some, it might be exciting. I don't know. It can go either way. To me, I'm more on the concern side of things. I don't have a problem with Hollywood actors being in video games. If anything, I think that's cool. If we got, I don't know, if we got like a big AAA game with Matt Damon in it, or like Leonardo DiCaprio, I guess, you put that together, it seems like a dream come true. But there's a difference with these Hollywood actors compared to other actors. A lot of the big video game actors today, voice actors to be more specific, such as Troy Baker, Nolan North, Laura Bailey, you've got these titans in the video game space who have taken their time and have literally climbed the mountain to be where they're at. To have that kind of name in the video game space, to be a Laura Bailey, and to know who Laura Bailey is, because Laura Bailey is known for voice acting, especially in video games. She has triumphed in that space. It takes a lot of work compared to, I guess you can say, a normal actor in Hollywood. One gets more attention than the other, if we can be honest. I think someone who only watches movies probably doesn't have an idea who Nolan North is. But someone who is really into video games and only is really into video games, I'm pretty sure they know who Tom Hanks or Leonardo DiCaprio is, just because of the fact that they just get much more of a public spotlight. Whether those who are Hollywood actors want that compared to a video game actor, I don't know. I don't know any video game actors. If y'all want to retweet this video out to them so they can reach out to me, that'd be great. I would love to get in contact with one of them. But that's another story for another time. My concern is that when you start bringing in these big budget Hollywood actors into video games, we are already in an industry where it struggles with crunch. It struggles with keeping the quality of life for their employees. And with the recent amount of closures to many, many game studios because they just not have enough funding, to now bring in an era or this, who's to say it's going to happen or not? But could Keanu Reeves, with the big splash that made in all of media, in all of pop culture, could that be the door opening to a much bigger thing? Could Leonardo DiCaprio's agent see the results of Keanu Reeves and say, yo, Leo, we need to get you in a video game ASAP? They start contacting these big AAA companies. Big AAA companies are thinking to themselves, never thought we could get Leonardo DiCaprio, but he's interested. Pump all the money to it so we can get him in this game. So we need to pull the money from funding in regards to the hard workers who are actually working on it, put all the money towards the big Hollywood actor, and push aside the voice actors that literally took their time to get to this point. It sounds crazy. It sounds very, very out there. I know you don't want to believe that would actually happen if it came to that point, but I feel as though that's just how the market works. The market works with money. They speak with money. They see if this person's attached to this money. That's all that it is. Many investors, if we're going to be quite honest, those who fund video games don't quite understand video games as a whole. To them, they want to see face value. They want to see their return automatically. To an investor, if they were to get someone like Leonardo DiCaprio to come out in, let's say, the next, I don't know, Grand Theft Auto, Leonardo DiCaprio, the main face of the next Grand Theft Auto, investors automatically, oh, Leonardo DiCaprio is an Oscar-winning actor. He is interested in being in this game. Give all the money to him. But for the rest of the studio, for the rest of your workers, you're going to have to figure that one out because we don't have enough money for that. So whether you start scrapping people out of here or you start paying them less so we can get this going, because that's going to bring us money. That's what the investors look at. And that's what the investors see. Again, if you were excited for the announcement of Keanu Reeves, I'm with you on that one. But in hindsight, what does this mean for video games from here on? It's a little scary because my love for voice actors has grown just because of the pure talent that it takes to actually act in a room with only mocap suits and the actual physical objects around you are not there. The pure amount of acting in that moment, the pure acting that has to go into something like that. In your God of Wars, in your Last of Us, in your Spider-Mans, like that's not easy. And that's pure talent coming from these people that have literally set the standard for what voice acting is today. I have a list of some voice actors pulled up on a website called mentalfloss.com. And some of these voice actors are famous actors that have entered into the video game space. Them being on the same level as Keanu Reeves can be debatable. I think Keanu Reeves is in a different place and time at this moment, that he is on a much grander scale compared to a lot of these other people. So whether you want to argue the fact that, oh, these are famous actors and they were in video games and so they didn't make a big splash. Yeah, but maybe because they just weren't that big. I'm going to start from the top. Mental Floss is a list. We got Elijah Wood. He was in Legend of Spyro. He's been making video games for a while now. We have Gary Oldman. We have Dennis Hopper. We have Christopher Walken. We have Ellen Page. Ellen Page, as we all know, was in Beyond Two Souls. When that game was being made for the PS3, I was all over it. I liked Ellen Page a lot, but obviously we all know where that game went. The sixth one I'm going to save because I want to go back to that one. We'll go back to that. Samuel L. Jackson. He was the voice of Officer Tenpenny in San Andreas. We have George Takei. We have Liam Neeson, known for his voice acting in Fallout 3. Now, you have your own opinions. His voice acting in Fallout 3 was by far some of the worst voice acting ever.
Run. Run.
I have ever seen in a video game. I'm sorry. I love Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson is dope. But him in Fallout 3, horrible. John Goodman, 50 Cent, Sean Bean inside of Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, Kiefer Sutherland inside of Metal Gear Solid 5 again. Kiefer Sutherland is... I want to stop on this one because I love Metal Gear Solid so much. And this is a good point. This is fantastic that this is actually coming up because many of y'all know my love for Hideo Kojima, the director. He is my biggest inspiration. He's my role model. Everything that he does, I take in. I love everything that he's made. One of the worst decisions he ever made, though, in the Metal Gear Solid franchise is changing the voice of David Hayter for Kiefer Sutherland. We all know that Hideo Kojima had these fantasies of being inside of Hollywood. You can tell he is someone who wishes he can make a big budget movie. He wants to be in the Hollywood space. He wants to be with all these actors. He wants to be there. And I think with that passion that he had, it drew him to let go of the voice actor in one of the biggest video games of all time and switched him out with what is a quote-unquote famous actor such as Kiefer Sutherland. And to many fans' disappointment, he did not deliver, and it wasn't what anyone wanted, to be quite honest. And on top of that, Kiefer Sutherland didn't really speak all that much. He didn't have many lines within the game. Some people can interpret that as his character having being a man of few words. Some people can also interpret it that Kiefer Sutherland was also not playing the role of Snake, of Big Boss. Spoilers, but all in all, he probably wasn't speaking all the many lines because he was expensive. That's probably why he's not even. That's why he's not even speaking all that much in the game, because he just cost too much money. And sadly, David Hayter, whom I love so much because he is the iconic voice actor for Solid Snake, Big Boss, had to be dropped for the want of having a Hollywood actor. This is an example, guys. This is an example of it. Did Kiefer Sutherland open up the floodgates? No. Again, let's compare Kiefer Sutherland and Keanu Reeves. Not the same. If I'm being honest, they're not the same at all. Now, what I want to do, though, is I want to go back to the sixth person that they had on this list. This man himself, he has played one of the most iconic roles in all of pop culture. Luke Skywalker, Mark Hamill. And has gone from there to become the voice of Joker He is an amazing voice actor with a ton of skill. Mark Hamill is a very talented actor. Beyond his talent of acting, his voice acting is way up there. Mark Hamill does not compare to Keanu Reeves. Mark Hamill's acting in Hollywood has not broken out much other than Star Wars. That's it. Once Star Wars happened, he did some acting gigs here or there, but he is more prevalent within that voice acting community than anything else to this day. Mark Hamill, I do not count him on the list of big Hollywood list of Keanu Reeves. I don't even know where I'm going with this conversation. I don't even know where I'm going with the conversation. I guess all in all, I'm scared for the voice actors within the video game industry right now. I'm scared for the developers, for the people who are working hard to make these beautiful games, and the idea of Hollywood actors being put in the front of these boxes and in the front of these video games, and all the money obviously being shoved and pushed to them because the actor will sell the game, is a little sad. When we get an Uncharted game, Nolan North's name is not in the front of the box. When we get God of War, the actors' names are not in front of the box. The Last of Us, the actors' names are not in front of the box. When we get Avengers Endgame, every single actor's in front of the poster. When we get Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Leonardo DiCaprio's name is going to be in front of that poster. Hollywood and video games are completely two different things. And I am honestly just a little scared to see what would happen if Hollywood were to invade the video game space. Alright guys, thanks for joining me for this video game therapy session. I'm Rob. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and in the comments down below, I want to have a conversation with you guys. I want to know, what are your thoughts on the idea of Hollywood invading video games? Are you okay with it? Do you have the same concerns as I do? And if you have any questions, leave them down there because I want to answer them in these videos, because I want to have question blocks. Until next time, peace out, y'all.